This marks the Lakers being 0-5, worst record in the NBA right now. This marks the first time ever a LeBron James team has the outright worst record in the NBA at any point in a season.
It's a new age.
Man, this is sad. Are they ruining his legacy?
No,
his legacy's set, but I mean, I think the time is like, I don't think you can make a logical argument for LeBron being the best player in the world anymore. I don't think you've been able to do that for a couple of years. So I guess Father Time is slowly catching him.
Wait, is Father Time catching him, or is his team just absolute dog?
I mean, to me, it's also catching him. I mean, I think he's clearly declined from what he was. So Father Time's been catching him. But I think the team is bad. He's not prime LeBron. Prime LeBron wouldn't be 0-5 because prime LeBron gets a win somewhere. But
yo, Mars, do you want to see LeBron fade, or would you rather him call it?
me personally, I always have a preference because similar things going on in the football world with Cristiano Ronaldo. I like to see people go out on top. Like if you're one of the GOATs of the game, one of the best ever, I like to see you go out when you're still one of the best. And then you leave us the imagination of, oh, could he have kept playing instead of me watching you visually not be able to do it anymore? Because that kind of like, it taints the last few years of memory that you have from what they were. That's why I just prefer you to go out when you're still a very great player.
You don't think LeBron's still a great player?
He is. I'm not saying he should retire. I'm just saying,
Okay.
generally speaking, if you're all-time great, I don't want to see LeBron as an 8th man averaging 12 points a game. I don't want to see that. I'd rather he retire when he's still one of the 15 and where he's still an all-star level player and he just goes out on his own terms instead of him going out because he's not good enough.
Do you care about him and Bronny being teammates?
I mean, I don't care. I mean, it's not my son.
Because I do, and I think I kind of have like no. I mean, of course, he's not my son either, but I think that'll just be dope to see. Like, the last time that I remember seeing that was with Ken Griffey Jr. and Senior. You know what I'm saying? And so I just know, like, it's just a dope story. Like, I would just, you know what I mean? It would just be fire. And so when you're talking about, you know, whether or not you would want him to retire at the top, I'm typically, I guess I have the same opinion, but I will take the 12 points a game at, you know, being the 8th man or whatever, long enough for him to, you know, be teammates with his boys. So that will be dope.
I mean, Bronny's 2 years away, right? Like, I think LeBron could still be an all-star level player in 2 years.
Mars, can I?
I mean, according to Dub, he's playing until he's 46. So
he could play until he's 45. I don't give a damn what anybody says. But Mars, do you think that 2018 Bron would change the way that the Lakers are looking now?
They wouldn't be a good team. No matter what LeBron you get on this team, they wouldn't be good.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think they'd be 0-5. I think
2-5, 2-4.
Something like they'd probably win the Blazers game. They might have won the Clippers game. Like there's a few games where I think if they had 2018 LeBron, they could have got it out. But their team is they'd still be a play-in team to me.
So that's why I brought it up, because when I look at LeBron James, I agree with you to an extent where he might not be the same, but I don't think the bar is that far off. I think 2018 Bron dropped in this on this team. The team is still going to be one of the worst teams in the league because the fit is so bad. I think in 2018, people do not realize the fact that that was one of the weakest Eastern Conference I have ever seen in my life, and he had the benefit of playing against that. When he did match up against the West, I think they were a 15-15 record against the West, so they were a 500 team. That shows me that was 2018 Bron on one, yes, but this whole impact shit, and then people saying LeBron don't have the same impact, and compared to 2018, and like 2018 Bron wouldn't be having this. No, I think 2018 Bron would definitely be falling under the same circumstances, because what he did in 2018 was great, but it's a little bit overrated because people do not understand the concept that the Eastern Conference was so fucking weak, and the league is so top heavy right now that even 2018 Bron is still going to struggle.
I mean, people forget that 2018 Cavs team, like they were trash before like they traded the whole team on the trade deadline. Like they were a bad team. I think they were like a 6 or 7 seed. And in that January that year, I think they had a losing record, which was like the first year of LeBron's career that a team had a losing record for a whole month or something like that. Everyone was going crazy. So that 2018 Cavs team, once they traded for more shooting and spacing, even though it wasn't star names or whatever, that's when the team really became like serviceable. If you guys remember, they traded Jay Crowder, Derrick Rose, Dwayne Wade went back to Miami. They brought in George Hill,
Because they
Rodney
got
Hood,
guys to
all those
benefit
guys.
his game.
Yeah, they brought in more shooting, which openly benefited his game. Even though it's not stars, they brought in spacing, which helped him to carry that load. But that team before, with no spacing of Dwayne Wade, Derrick Rose, and those guys, the team was trash, which is very similar to what they have right now.
Do you guys think that the Lakers should entertain trading LeBron?
I'd trade LeBron if it got me a pick. I need picks because you're not winning a
A
title with
pick
LeBron.
or picks?
Picks, multiple picks.
Okay.
Because you're not winning a title with this team, which means you have no use to have LeBron James. And if you're the Lakers and you don't have your own pick, you just try and get as many picks as you can for a guy like LeBron. I mean, trading Russell Westbrook's impossible. I entertain trading Anthony Davis for the same reason. I just blow it up and get as many picks as I can and do a Utah Jazz. That's
When's the last time the Lakers did anything with picks, though?
You use the picks to get better players. For
Right,
the long
but
term.
right. And so, but I mean, that's where they're at right now, right? They have AD, great player. They have, it's just like the configuration is just trash.
Yeah, but I'm looking long term because the short term is LeBron has 2 years left on his deal. I think you're not winning a title in those 2 years. It doesn't look like. So there's no use to have LeBron James. Instead of losing him in free agency when Bronny comes into the league, you trade him now, get picks long term, and use those picks to leverage them to get hopefully another star to pair with AD, or you rebuild completely with a bunch of picks and bring in a new star in free agency. That's what I would do.
Yo, I don't know if I'm remembering this correctly, but I feel like the 2020, like the bubble Lakers, they weren't considered to be a title like contender in the beginning of the season. Then they made some major moves, and all of a sudden it was like, oh shit, why am I tripping?
I mean, they came out that year like on fire, if I remember correctly, and that's what was really propelling them. I don't remember if they made any moves, but I'll check.
I don't remember
2020,
there
I
being
thought the
any
Lakers was
reason.
good.
2020 was the year that LeBron was injured the year before, and they just brought in AD. So I think there was question marks about how it would work, but then they came out on fire to start the season. So then those questions kind of died down, and then the league suspended, and then I guess the only question was how would they look coming back
in the bubble. Do you think that LeBron James and the Lakers benefited from having that extended period of time off? Because every year after that, these are guys has been getting hurt throughout the season. So
I don't think only the Lakers benefited. Most of them benefited.
Everybody.
Everybody.
But do you guys think that the Lakers benefited more because the year after and the year after that, LeBron James and AD were getting hurt, and COVID happening made it able for those guys to not have as much opportunities to get hurt throughout the season and actually have some time off. So it's just a question that's really been on my mind. Do you guys think that team really benefited from that in 2020?
I think they benefited because I think AD was like, I'm not going to say he was breaking down, but I think he was having slight problems just before the shutdown. And then the shutdown happened. It's a 3-month layoff. Then he came in ready, in good shape. And then I think he did have like slight problems in the bubble, but it was nothing crazy. And then LeBron has broken down every year for the Lakers apart from that bubble year where he had the layoff. So I think it's reasonable to say that they benefited heavily.